Daniel Cole was already running when the recording began. Leaves tore beneath his boots as he pushed through the forest, breath ripping in and out of his chest like broken machinery. Every few seconds he glanced over his shoulder, panic etched deep into his face, but whatever he saw back there only made him run harder. The sound behind him never faded. Footsteps, not scattered, not rushed, measured, calm, human. He nearly slipped on damp soil, caught himself against a tree, and whispered into the recorder clipped to his jacket, his voice barely holding together. "Someone's following me. I didn't come here alone." A branch snapped inches behind him. Daniel spun around, heart hammering, rifle raised. Nothing. Just trees, endless trees. Then a voice so close he felt breath on his ear, whispered softly, "Why did you stop?" The recording cut. That device was found 2 weeks later, resting neatly inside Daniel's backpack at the southern edge of Blackwood Forest. Daniel himself was never found. Daniel was 34 years old, a skilled hunter, careful, disciplined. He had hunted alone for years and never believed in superstition or campfire stories. If you're already wondering how someone this experienced could vanish without a trace, stay with the story. And if you enjoy deep, unsettling narratives like this, subscribing now means you won't miss the next one. Blackwood Forest sat miles away from the nearest town. No phone signal, no maintained trails. Locals avoided it, saying the forest was wrong, too quiet, too observant. Some claimed animals refused to enter certain areas. Others said people went in and came back, changed. Daniel entered at dawn. The first recording was time-stamped 6:40 a.m. His voice was calm, even cheerful. He talked about the cold air, the direction he planned to head, and how peaceful the forest felt. He mentioned the silence, no birds, no insects, but brushed it off as early morning stillness. He said he'd record again later. The second recording came an hour after. His tone had shifted. He spoke about finding footprints, human ones, bigger than his boots, deeper, facing the same direction. He tried to sound rational, telling himself they were old, but there was a pause in his voice that betrayed him. Then a branch snapped in the distance. Daniel stopped walking. The snapping stopped too. He laughed quietly, the way people do when they're trying to stay calm. When he resumed walking, the recorder picked up something else beneath his steps. Another set of footsteps, always behind him. By the third recording, Daniel was whispering. He explained that he had stood perfectly still for several minutes, barely breathing. Whatever followed him had stopped too. When he moved, it moved. When he slowed, it slowed. It never ran. That terrified him more than anything else. If this moment is making your skin crawl, go ahead and like the video. It tells YouTube this story is worth sharing, and it helps more people experience it without breaking the tension. Daniel turned back south. That's when he found the clearing. His breathing changed instantly. He described a structure made of branches, tied together with rope. Animal bones hung from it, clinking softly in the wind. The air smelled rotten, metallic. This wasn't a camp. It was intentional, a warning. Daniel admitted something he hadn't wanted to say out loud before. Someone lived here. As he backed away, his radio crackled, static at first, then a voice. Daniel. His hands shook. He demanded to know who it was. Silence. Then the voice repeated something Daniel had said earlier that morning, word for word. That's when he ran. The next recording was chaos, heavy breathing, crashing branches. Footsteps behind him, closer now, but still controlled. Daniel tripped, cursed, whispered that he was hiding. Silence. Then a whisper, clear and close. "I see you." Something brushed the recorder. Daniel screamed. When the audio returned, his voice was different, quiet, flat. He said he'd found journals belonging to other hunters. Each described the same pattern: confidence, fear, being followed, None ended properly. Daniel finally understood. People didn't disappear here by accident. The forest chose them. If you have a theory forming right now, human, monster, or something else, remember it. You'll want to share it in the comments once this ends. In the final recording, Daniel whispered that it was standing in front of him, that he could see it now. Another voice entered the recording. Calm. You ran well. A heavy sound followed. Then silence. 4 minutes of breathing remained on the tape. Not Daniel's. Search teams later found his backpack. Inside was the recorder. His rifle had been cleaned. His boots were placed neatly side by side. No blood, no struggle, no body. If this story held your attention to the end, comment below what you believe followed Daniel, and don't forget to subscribe for more.